This is one of the most mysterious and difficult puzzles you'll ever see. It's mind-boggling, truly. So it's white to play and win here. White is down a pawn, actually. And the secret to winning this position seems to be this discovered check right here. But we don't have that much material left, and if we do something normal like rook h5 check, king c7, and if we win the bishop, this is not enough to win the game with best play. It's a draw. So winning the bishop doesn't work. We actually need to win this rook or something greater to win this game. How do we do that? Well, I wish this pawn wasn't there so I could go rook a5, discover check. And that's the key. What moves can we make here to maybe make that pawn disappear by force? Well, first move is rook d6 check, a double check. Black's king has three options. If he goes here, we have a follow-up check, fork, and we actually are able to promote this pawn and win the game. So king c7, we cross that off the list. What about king c5? Well, now we achieved the goal of getting rid of that pawn, and we go rook d5 check, making the king go back to c6. And now we're lined up for rook a5 check, and white is winning. So far, so good. This puzzle, it's harder after black's best defense, which is king b5. Sacrificing this pawn, if you just take it regularly, black is completely fine. So we need to make this pawn to a pass pawn and take on b6. Looks great. We're attacking the rook, and if the rook just moves away, we can actually win the game by trying to promote the pawn, and this is an unstoppable pawn. So black looks like he's done for, but there's a brilliant defense for black, and that's what makes this puzzle so great. One of the most important things in chess is time, tempo. Each move is the difference between life and death. So what black wants to do here is to save his rook with a check so white doesn't have enough time to push this pawn all the way down. How can we do that? Well, black plays bishop e6 check, kind of like an in-between move. If we move the king away, black can go rook a2 check. This saves the rook and makes us waste time. Tempo. Again, each tempo is the difference between life and death. So the king moves back. Now white needs two moves to queen, so black will come around. Rook h2, b7, rook h8, and black is completely fine. So how does white win after bishop e6 check? Well, we don't give them the tempo. We take the tempo back by sacrificing the rook. Now, if they take our rook, they lose the tempo. We take their rook and win the game. But wait, there's more. After rook e6, there is an unbelievable defense for black. Can you see it? It's rook b7. Offering a free rook, but if we take the rook, we lose tempo because the bishop is blocking the pawn. Black just takes the rook, and we can't move the pawn and the bishop at the same time. It's a draw. Rook b7. What a defense. But it's not over yet. We need to save our rook and then take their rook. What's the tempo move? Rook e5 check. Aha. So now if black goes here, white wins. But wait, there's more. Black will try to take the tempo back from our hands with d5. Interference. Both bishop and rook are blocked. Now what do? If we take with the rook, black can take the pawn, and now we're blocked. But wait, don't we have a check, which would be a discovered check? Yes, we do. We attack these two, but then black counters our check with a check of his own and attacks our rook. We take. It's a draw. Unbelievable, right? So what is the answer after d5? It's the strange bishop d5 attacking the rook. It looks like if the rook takes our pawn, this is a theoretical draw in most cases, but it's our turn. And surprisingly, this king has no moves. So can you see the final move? The only winning move here is bishop b7. And that is actually a checkmate.